What's up, man? I just did Fields with Tim, man. The Homies podcast. Hey, it was super dope. Legendary for sure, man. And so you guys tune in for sure, man. Cause I'm in Seattle. I done tuned in. I'm back home in Texas. They allowed me to jump in on the segment, man. So y'all tune in, the Homies podcast. Y'all holler at me, man. I'm on Instagram, footsactive009. Y'all holler at me, man. The Homies.
Yes. Yo, episode 3 of Phils. How y'all feeling?
That name is good, baby.
I got family in here today. Family. More than family. These are some people near and dear to my heart. Mess with them, I'll kill you. Definitely some people I look up to in my life as well as, you know, with everything I do, especially sports. We got Antonio Chavers right here, first man to my right, Fort Worth native, South Hills graduate, Tyler College, right?
Tyler Junior College.
Tyler Junior College.
TJC, yep.
Tyler Junior College.
Yep.
As well as Washington State graduate guard. Monster. Dunk contest champion throughout.
Two-time back-to-back.
throughout a few cities.
Yeah.
And to the right of him, I got Jeff Kelly the third.
Oh, really?
Trust me. You know, I want to see him coming down the damn line, or you want to see that A gap or that B gap. LaGrange native, Kansas State graduate, a monster at linebacker. Monster. Two-time first team, all Big 12, 98, 97. I mean, no, 90, 98, 97.
98, 97.
98, 97, Big 12 newcomer of the year. Man, a consensus All-American in 98.
They won the Tostitos Bowl.
Yeah.
Tostitos. That was slipped through my finger.
Did you get the touchdown when you?
Watch out, that's Nebraska. What's that one?
Did you get the touchdown on the? Was it a fumble?
Yeah, man. Watch out. Tim.
No.
Yeah, I did.
No. We there with it.
Talk about myself too much, so you know.
Also, no. I mean the list goes on. The list goes on. Atlanta Falcon, former Atlanta Falcon. I mean, how many years did you spend in the league?
4.5.
4.5? Okay. Crazy draft stories. You got one for us?
I guess.
You don't have to name no names or anything like that.
No, I'd say me. Projected maybe late first, early second. Hurt my knee my senior year, only practiced. I mean, didn't practice, just played in the game. So draft status dropped to about the 6th round. Probably could have been in better shape at the end of it, but kind of rather with how kids opt out now when they get hurt.
Right.
I played anyway because we were number 1 in the country at the time. We were making a national championship run, so I just was like, okay, I'm playing.
Yeah.
I was a leader of a defense that had a lot of great players on it.
Oof.
And I'm talking about, I think on that defense, had Darren Howard, who was a first-round draft pick. You had Mark Semino, who was a second-round draft pick.
Okay.
To actually Atlanta came a year after me. Darren Howard was in New Orleans. Man, the list goes on. We had safety get drafted, both safeties, both corners. We were talented group, man. Coach Snyder was and coordinators was Mike Stoops and Brent Venables, who's at Clemson right now.
Nice.
I think Mike Stoops is he's at Alabama. I think he works behind the scenes in Alabama. So.
Okay, that's good. Everybody went their ways, and they're all doing coaching and everything. And I know you did a bit of coaching recently. I want to say, what were the 2 schools?
I started out at Kansas State.
Okay.
I GA'd at Kansas State. I left and went to University of Oklahoma.
Okay.
Got out of coaching for a while, so went back and played for the Argonauts.
Nice.
Then got back into coaching, was at Trinity Valley Community College. Then I went up to Garden City Community College.
Garden City.
Tyreek Hill was one of my kids.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Nick Marshall, all of those guys, man, them dudes, they can play. I mean, they about that business. They were about that business.
Garden City was tough, too, right?
Yeah, I actually went to Garden.
Okay.
So that's one of my alma maters after I left Stephen F. Austin. So yeah, it was good.
Okay.
It was good.
Okay.
I've been blessed.
We
Fort
were
Scott Community College, where Levante David and Jason Pierre-Paul played.
okay.
Then you was at Bland. You had Cam Newton, right?
Yeah.
That's the same year. Yeah, that's the
Yep.
same year. The national championship year. Yeah.
Man, one can say you are kind of responsible for a lot of talent in the NFL. We won't put that stamp on there, but
I have
I'll
a lot
put
of
that
guys
stamp
out
on
there.
there.
Yeah, you put a big part, for
I'll
sure.
put that stamp on there. You're responsible for a lot of. I mean, a lot of good kids. A lot of kids came up underneath you and now are in the league. Tonio, at Washington State experience. How was that?
It was good, man. My thing was I was young, man, and I was talented for sure. Just the camaraderie for me was kind of off. So it played a big part of just my enhancement. But I will say I learned a lot physically and systematically for sure. Because my coach got my senior year. Our coach got Coach of the Year. So he was Tony Bennett, and the same year Kevin Durant got Player of the Year.
Okay.
And so we got to the tournament and all that.
That was that same year?
Yep, same year. Because as we were going to the tournament, that's the same tournament. We won the tournament, and we went in Sacramento. Tony had to go to, I think he had to go like Phoenix or somewhere to accept his award with KD.
Oh,
And once he accepted his award, then he was able to fly to Sacramento, and so got put out the second round by I think BYU.
I think so.
And no, Vanderbilt. Yeah, got put out by Vanderbilt, and then
What year was that?
08.
Oh, okay, yeah, Vanderbilt.
I'm sorry, 07.
You sure it was? Okay, it may have been Vanderbilt.
Yep.
I know they had a mean squad back then.
Yep. No, I forgot who they had. They had a few players, but and so man, it was good, man.
I want to get into a bit of sports. I seen a post yesterday that was showing KD's top two teams, which consist of Steph, Draymond, Clay, and then on the other side you got Kyrie, you got Blake Griffin, and you got James Harden.
Yeah. And what's so crazy? And you got KD is that common factor.
He's a common factor.
And what's so crazy was me and Brendan, our other cousin, we were talking about that, and I honestly had to cancel everything out.
Why is that?
Because they had Steph and Kyrie, right?
Right.
They're pretty much both dominant scorers, not too much defense.
I say in this generation that's like almost 1 and 2.
Combo guards? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm saying like as far as rankings, like point guards. I would say, top 5 for sure.
You're saying Steph is top 5?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
Steph is probably the top
both
1.
of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the thing about it is, any given night, they could murder each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, they're both so high level, I just canceled it.
Yeah.
Then I got to, it was James Harden, Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson is a killer shooter, better defense. James Harden, really good offense.
Onslaught.
And facilitator.
Okay, I feel that.
So he plays a part in triple doubles, getting the rebounds, assists, and all that. I canceled it out because
I'm a Klay Thompson fan.
And no, if I got
I think he's the best.
If I got
he's the most consistent out of all of them because he played defense.
If
I'm picking one,
if I gotta pick anybody, but the thing about James Harden, man, he's so nasty.
Yeah,
he's the best. He is for sure the best scorer ever.
But he's not a playoff. He's not a competition player.
And that's
he breaking competition.
Now that's the other part.
Nights.
Right. He has some horrible nights. And Clay, honestly, really don't have no horrible nights, honestly, man. Because Clay, he's a real professional.
What I like about Klay Thompson is that he does what he's asked to do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so when they need, when somebody's struggling, he gonna score 40.
And so you got Draymond Green, you got Blake Griffin. Draymond, when he was at Michigan State, he was like a point forward.
Right.
So he's able to translate that over to the NBA, facilitate the offense. Not a good scorer, but his energy and his leadership impacts the team.
Yeah, definitely that spark.
And so then you got Blake Griffin, a little less athletic now, but he's more of a scorer. And so
You edge Draymond.
Draymond would play good defense on Blake. Blake wouldn't really have to play defense on Draymond because he's not finna he's not gonna scare you like that. So I counted it right there, and then you got KD right down the middle. So honestly, I promise you, this is the conversation me and my boy had yesterday, and I was like, man, I just canceled everything because any given night, both teams could. It's just who's ever hitting.
All right, so my whole argument, I got into it with somebody yesterday, Jonathan. I think KD's legacy a little tainted in that aspect if he wins a ring with Brooklyn. Because if you look down the line, just like you say, you got to cancel everybody out. In every position, besides the Draymond Green and Blake Griffin, those are top. I'm talking like top 5. I'm talking about this generation, like the last, let's say, 5 years. That's the 1 and the 2, like top. At the 2 position, James Harden, Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
Who's in the argument of the best? Them 2. It's like, how much help is KD really gonna have? I mean, we can't fault them because LeBron went down and did the same thing. But at the same time, I feel like the legacy wouldn't be as tainted if he would have just stayed in OKC and they got rid of Russ and figured some shit out. You see what I'm saying?
Well, you got to think all of these teams are built to beat LeBron James.
Of course.
That was off of real.
Of course.
I've never
That's
seen,
exactly how I feel.
Well, I can't say. You look at the late '80s and the early '90s Lakers. That's a mega team. I mean,
for sure.
James Worthy.
But a lot of people don't think of them as those are Hall of Famers.
But they were,
all
though.
of them cats. Cooper just went in the Hall of Fame yesterday, 2 years or something about something.
Kareem.
I saw it on my Facebook.
Come on,
But
man.
like people don't want to say that.
Yeah,
but them dudes was
they was
beasts.
a whole
But
team.
all these teams are built. Any place KD goes and teams up with anybody, it's to beat LeBron James. It's just what it is. That's what, and I don't blame them because that's what they gonna have to do.
Yeah.
The dude gonna be in the finals, and
Every
I
year.
ain't trying to talk about LeBron James, but it's just what
Why not?
you can't. Well, I'm just saying because the question was something else. But
Okay,
I'm saying,
then. Yeah.
but we talk about all of these questions and who playing with who and teaming up and 1 and 2.
Yeah.
1 and 2, guard, whatever. But I know at the end of the year, if I was a gambling man, I know who's gonna be there.
Exactly.
Or the last 2 series, he puts his team in place. He guides his team and builds them. He built Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving wasn't a good basketball
They
player.
weren't doing
in his
nothing
last 2 years.
before
preach,
that.
He made him.
They weren't
Preach.
doing nothing before
To me,
that.
he made him.
Preach. And I
Indeed.
say he still
made
haven't won nothing
everybody
without
that he
him.
plays with. Look at everybody. Tristan Thompson, Love. All them dudes got paid off the back of LeBron. If he leads
LeBron
the
gonna
NBA,
get you paid.
Man.
he's a
Gonna get
top
you paid.
3, I think now,
Listen,
in
you could be the
assists in
popcorn
the
guy
league ever.
in the lobby.
He gonna get you paid.
He gonna get you paid.
LeBron gonna get you paid.
Because he give up the rock.
He will.
Man.
Listen. That's what I told people. I said, I'm gonna use you. Jeff Kelly could be playing for the Lakers right now, and you know what? He's on the team. LeBron is gonna get because Jeff Kelly made it on the Lakers team,
Man.
and he's in the corner.
Preach.
All right, he made it on our team somehow.
Let's get this nigga an endorsement.
Let me get this nigga the ball. You know what? He got a chance. If he open, and LeBron's gonna pass you the ball.
He's supposed to make it.
Just to give you nigga. You on our team. You supposed to make that. You wide open. You supposed to make that shot.
I mean, look at Caruso.
Man, but I mean, Caruso's still a dog.
I'm upset with Caruso right now
Hey,
too, bro.
he got paid. He got an endorsement deal and everything
Come
just
on
by
now.
being a Laker.
Come on now. Come on.
I'm upset. You know what's so crazy is,
Matthew
man, I'm not
Dellavedova.
following him on Instagram no more.
Like it's just
Cause
crazy.
like I
He
went off his hype.
he
I went off
builds-
Caruso's hype, and now I'm watching him in these games. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You
Yeah.
just bro, you get out
J.R.
of here.
Smith is a I don't know how much money he make because LeBron James take him everywhere he go.
LeBron,
Exactly.
I don't understand it really. I don't
Why
understand
you go
it.
get JR?
Yeah, I know he's a shooter. He is a shooter, but he's not.
You know, I feel like
People
that.
like LeBron James like consistency. I know what I get when I got him.
Exactly.
So I know if he's standing in the corner and it's crunch time and I can't take this last shot, I can give it to him.
But he
now, I
also
ain't talking
know
about the whole mess up when he did. But
listen,
you watch LeBron James tell him, "What the hell you doing, bro?
Right.
Yeah.
I brought you here for a reason and you didn't do it. You didn't capitalize on why I brought you."
Yeah.
And I know that sounds crazy, is that but he takes him everywhere he goes.
Yeah. I think they got a mutual understanding. Like, all right, you gonna come here, but I think JR knows. He knows what comes with being on the team with LeBron.
With LeBron James.
After going from New York and all that, after he got to Cleveland, it was like, I could get used to this.
Yeah.
I can get used to this.
I feel like LeBron helped JR kind of solidify his Hall of Fame status, and I know that.
Straight up.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
That helped solidify JR being in the Hall of Fame. Him coming with LeBron.
Of course.
Hall of Fame.
Name how many
JR?
Name how many people.
I ain't never thought about that either.
Yeah.
Name how many. Check this out.
Come on,
name
bro.
how many people played with. You
Even if
talking
it's
about all
just
these people being in the
basketball
Hall of Fame that played with. Now, when Michael Jordan played, how many people are in the Hall of Fame besides Scottie Pippen?
Is Horace Grant in there?
No.
Like
You can tap me, but I don't think Horace Grant is in
facts?
the Hall of Fame.
I'll check, but I don't even think Steve Kerr's in.
No, I don't think so either.
Steve Kerr's gonna make it as a.
Well, he was token.
As a
Token.
But
basketball.
it's the thing though.
As basketball,
Is he gonna make it as a whole though? Because he went here, he went there.
You know what they're gonna say? They're gonna say, "Well, you won in college. You won
and
overseas.
college
you
plays
won over
a
here."
part in your Hall of Fame.
It does.
So
It does.
he'll make it as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
It won't be because of Jordan.
And because of coaching, and because of
so he'll make it because as a.
Steve Kerr, yes, totally. He'll eventually go in.
He'll
Okay.
make
Yes, he'll eventually go in.
They have Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman,
Robin,
I'm about to say,
Tony Kukoc, Horace Grant is in.
he is in.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Tony, hey man. I don't want to say I'm surprised, but I am kind of surprised Tony made it because.
But if it's all basketball, if it's basketball, Tony Kukoc,
he's the man over. He's the man overseas.
Actually,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. I was just saying their top player. But Scottie Pippen and Phil Jackson. That's it.
Ooh.
See what I'm saying?
Dennis Rodman ain't even in.
Dennis Rodman is in, but he.
Must not have been
Only
updated
two
on it. He
people.
just got in.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I was surprised. Yeah,
But
That's
I don't
only
think
one.
Horace Grant is in there
Horace
though.
Grant ain't in.
No.
Is Scottie Pippen not Hall of Fame?
Yeah, Scotty in there.
He's
Yeah.
top 50, right?
Yeah, Scottie
He's top-
Pippen's
he's
in
top
there.
50. Yeah, Scottie Pippen.
Dennis Rodman, Robert Parrish. Those are like the only people that are like in there for Chicago.
Okay. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, being with
But Robert
LeBron,
Parrish got his from the Celtics.
yeah, for sure,
From
for
the
sure,
Celtics.
for sure,
From the Celtics. That's why he went in.
for sure. But with LeBron, let's if you really look at it, because like you were saying, and I say this all the time, I don't know if Kyrie is a winner or not.
He has not proven it yet.
Because
Now,
before that he was first. He wasn't even in the playoffs before LeBron came.
Not at all.
And then after LeBron, he couldn't even crack the first round.
Couldn't do it.
What I respect about LeBron James, and I tell people, Tom Brady and LeBron James have the same kind of effect. They have a tendency to guide, and when they start out, people say, "Oh, they don't gel, they don't." They have a tendency to mold their team at the right time.
And people try to say that they talk about LeBron. They say LeBron itself. People don't want to play with him. Nobody want to play with LeBron. Why wouldn't you want to play LeBron? He gonna
They
pass
bring
you
out
the
the
ball.
best. Tom Brady,
He's
Tom
gonna
Brady
pass
and
you the
LeBron
ball, and
James bring out the best.
he's
in
gonna
their
make
team.
you.
Because-
He's gonna make you be a better player.
You know, this is what, and I'm gonna talk about football. If you Edelman, who is he?
Come on now.
Who made him?
Come on now.
Who gave him the ball?
Come on.
Because when you line up with Tom Brady, you know.
Tom Brady gonna
when
give
you're
everybody
nobody,
on the ball.
you go.
Tom Brady gonna give you the ball.
I don't have to look for. It ain't like playing for Cleveland, and I have to look for LBJ, whatever his name is,
Yeah.
Odell Beckham,
Yeah.
OBJ, whatever his name
OBJ.
is. So I don't have to look there first. Tom, when you play with him,
Tom
you
Brady
get
looking at
open,
everybody.
I
I'm gonna
get
get
you
you.
the ball.
I'm gonna hit you.
So cats who usually don't, when they line up, who don't give you everything they got, these cats is going hard, because I know if I get open, he gonna
give me the
get
ball.
me paid.
He gonna
Yeah.
give me paid.
Yeah.
He gonna give me the ball.
And they have that effect.
And that's what's big time about AB catching that touchdown in the Super Bowl. because
Oh yeah, they
you know his legacy was starting to get tarnished.
It was
starting to get tarnished.
It was tarnished for no reason.
And you know
they didn't even want to put him when he scored. They didn't even want to put him on TV. They didn't even want to show him after he scored the touchdown.
And you know, AB was tripping a little bit,
a lot of bit.
Oh, he was crazy.
Oh yeah,
he was tripping
for sure.
But you know, luckily he was able to get back in. I was like, man, I don't know if because he got in trouble. So I'm like, damn, man, I don't think AB will get back in.
Everybody's able. When you make mistakes, you should get chances. And now, contract wise, I don't know. Like, far as team wise, I don't know. I'm just talking about his personal life. And I am saying personal life. I think that people mess up. People because I look at just even from rap to basketball or football to heavy metal to country to hockey. There's a totally different aspect. Now we starting to go
to politics
to what people perceive of people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm a rapper and I smoke weed, I get pulled over because my tour bus get pulled over. But if I'm a heavy metal guy and I rap about
that's just the lifestyle.
I don't get pulled over. You know what I'm saying? Because the police like my music.
Right.
They like me.
Right.
So that's just the way life. I mean, you know how we raised. So you gotta watch. That's the life. You know?
So back to the beginning of this. That Kyrie and Clay. I canceled it out, man.
You just cancel it out.
That's just me. I canceled it out because you know.
What about you, Jeff?
I just
which team do you think? I mean, the Nets haven't been accomplished. Like they haven't accomplished anything yet. But which team would you say is the better team?
Right now, I have to say, because they don't have Clay.
Okay.
So right now, I would have to say the Nets. The Nets. I mean, they're going to be hard to beat.
They're scary right now.
Because like he said, so if Kyrie have a bad night, Harden going to take over.
Mm-hmm.
So that cancels everything out. If Clay have a bad night, old boy over here going off.
Yeah.
Because Clay play his role.
Yeah.
So when you going ham, I'm getting you to rock, homie.
Yeah.
There, take it. So that's kind of how, like he said, canceling them out. And I think that's a great way of looking at it because they gonna thrive off of each other. Okay, he ain't. I gotta go in tonight.
It could be any given night.
Any given night. So it don't make for no dead nights. Ain't nobody going dead.
You're right.
Especially with KD on the team,
you can't
ain't
slip
nobody going dead.
You can't slip up. Well, the other one gonna get you.
Ain't nobody going dead.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna switch lanes just a little bit. We're gonna piggyback off a therapy with Cal. Shouts out to Cal, Turtle Time. One of his topics. We're gonna switch it over here. So we were talking about. We'll go into like little relationships and how we were brought up because he was talking about Bridgerton. I don't know if y'all watch Bridgerton.
I watched some of it a little bit.
Okay, some of it.
I know.
So I've never seen Bridgerton, but he was explaining to me about like not gender roles, but how somebody is brought up to be with like a certain, you know what I mean? Like let's say I'm bringing up my daughter and I want her to be with this kind of guy or this kind of guy. Y'all feel like I feel like society does it. I feel like you do it.
Natural.
It's natural.
It's natural.
It's like
if
something.
I have a daughter, why am I sending her to Princeton?
Exactly.
By any means necessary.
Exactly.
Well, because I want her to rub elbows with Princeton.
And that's his question was, and I'm going to say it here, was do we think that's right? And I say he said it was wrong. Some people may think it's wrong, but I think it's just. I think unknowingly we do it when we're bringing up our kids, and they already got it instilled with them what they want and what they don't want.
And are you saying like status or race?
Like status, race, everything.
I mean, I don't have kids, but you know, you want the best for your kids.
Exactly.
I mean,
we was just talking about,
and it's so crazy. We was just talking about all this. You know what I'm saying? And so,
So let me ask you this: do you feel like it messes up the kids a little bit?
What you have to understand is this world was built. The United States was built on legacy.
Okay.
Legacy is a key word.
Okay.
If if I went to a college and my son or my daughter chose to go there and I was a person of something at that college, it makes it so much easier for them to walk through.
I like that.
And know people. And everything's set up for them.
I don't think nothing's wrong with that either.
Because the world is built off
I
of
don't
that.
think nothing wrong with that.
You got to think. You look at, let's say, politics. Look at the people who go in politics. Their parents are pretty much in politics.
Yep.
Legacy.
Right.
It's passed on. DNA is a beast. I've seen a girl, family of her grandmother, great grandmother was a sharecropper and had kids by another race, and her family were all lawyers. She went back and traced her background, and in the little town where there were sharecroppers, they were all lawyers. Legacy, DNA a beast. Our calling is our calling.
Right.
Our family mindset, if you look, I'm successful because of my father, because I have a great dad. And I knew what not to do, knew what not.
Yeah.
And I think legacy, and I'm more like my father every day. My standards, my morals, everything I
Right.
believe in is from him.
Right.
So naturally
yeah.
So naturally you gravitate that way.
Right.
And when I coached, I yelled and fussed like my dad. Or I expected
you
things
crazy,
that my
bro.
dad expected from me. I a little bit. You have to be the coach.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's where it is.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
Okay.
But with that though too, we all want the best for our kids, and like he said, a person can be a AD at a school, and their daughter goes to school, and they're able to get through. That's the whole point of, say, if and then we going racial, with Black America and us being in a lower class. That's when it's better for the Black families to try to elevate that next generation, because we got to dig ourselves out of this hole. White America is they're up on us already, because they've already had it.
Right.
They've already had it on a platter for them. And I don't want to say it's speaking of white people right now, I don't think it's like new generation. It's not their fault that they're in position
At all.
No, because their parents
their parents were all. It was just how it is.
It's legacy.
And it's legacy. And so now and honestly, even though there is a lot of racial oppression right now still, Black people are in a better place
For sure.
than 40 years ago, which wasn't that long ago.
20 years.
It's been crazy. Just last year with George Floyd, that whole thing.
Yeah.
So even though it's still there, I think we got to do a lot better to put our families in better positions and to make the next generation better than the next, so we're able to put our kids in position. Because you think about it, man, Black family pass, what you get left behind? Nothing.
But this is what and far as legacy, we're going to talk about race, and I have to say something to black people. Yes, we're so mind tricked that we'll get set up with legacy and say, I want to make my own way, and go somewhere and struggle and fight.
When you don't have to.
And when you don't have to. When that ain't how the world is, it's not set that way.
But think about it, though. Black people, we'll kick our kids out of the house at 16, 17, 18. All right, boom, I'm done with you. Listen, man, white people, Asian people, I'm in Seattle, I see it. Listen,
agree. Oh, totally.
In the same house.
They let them live in the house. They about like 24.
Italians, they do they do
Mexicans, yeah, come sit in there, come chill, come work,
make your money,
come make your money,
go do your thing.
Yeah, they may put something on the house.
One place I always know I can go is home. I ain't worried because my parents They believe in that.
Yeah.
They believe in that.
Yeah.
They believe in better and doing whatever we need to do because at the end of the day, you coming home and taking care of me.
That's right.
At the end of the day,
That's
yeah,
right.
for sure.
That's right.
So because I set you up, I did these things, not just because I birthed you, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
My parents have never wanted anything for me but just for me to be a productive man in society, a good person, treat everybody with respect, and ain't nothing beneath you because you never know. My daddy always say never, or you don't know what bridge. Don't burn bridges because you never know when you got to cross them.
That's right.
Got to go back and cross them. So that's, I think the legacy is everything in this country. It's everything in this country. And that's what we have to figure out. You know why people fight for sports contracts? Legacy.
Yes.
You hear him say, his kids set up for
Gonna
the
be
rest
set
of
up.
their life.
Want everybody to be good.
Legacy.
Yeah.
Want everybody to be good.
Legacy, man. That's what it's about. Creating a legacy, and when you down, you say he left a legacy.
Yeah.
This I caught something, and I showed you, Tony O. It just came out, that Last Chance U.
Yeah.
And I know.
I ain't seen the basketball.
You haven't seen the
But
basketball?
I was in the conference. I was coaching
Yeah.
in that conference.
Yeah, and so that's what I was gonna. That's what I'm gonna get to. Both of y'all kind of have, I think y'all will have a great perspective on the Last Chance U. Tony O, you went to Tyler Junior College, so you
Yeah.
already know
About the JUCO experience, for sure.
about the JUCO, the basketball experience.
Yeah.
And Jeff, you were coaching in the same
Conference.
While they were shooting at that.
No, I left. I had left the year before.
The year before. Okay.
I left the year before.
Okay, the year
left the
before.
year before, yeah.
How is that junior college grind for college football players? Do you think some players slip through the cracks and are not?
You have a certain amount of people. It's first of all, when you come, it's certain sports. Girl sports, we were just sitting there talking about. My daughter plays volleyball. Girl sports is because they're gonna have the grades. They're just not athletic enough, or they haven't developed yet. To me, girl sports, it's not really a stepping stone for you
JUCO.
because you're paying to play.
Right.
And then how many D1 scholarships are going out? I've had one team where I sent 12 kids, more than how many kids played to D1 in 1 year. So male sports, it's a dominant deal because they don't have the grades is the first cause. So and there's something wrong. They either got in trouble, something. I had a kid. I had a kid, great kid, accused of rape, never played. Was a deep. Was our conference player of the year.
Yeah.
Never went on after JUCO.
Whoa.
I'm talking about overall, and it's crazy. But the kid was caught up.
Yeah.
And this is a white kid. Caught up. Somebody said something, and it was a route, and he just never.
Wow.
Should be in the league. Should be in the NFL. But JUCO, that's what JUCO's about. That's what junior college is about.
I wasn't developed really out of high school, and so but I was good though. I mean, I got some great awards out of high school. It just wasn't an understanding for me. So when I got to JUCO developed me for sure, and it played a significant role into me getting recruited because everybody wants to be recruited.
Right.
And just because of luckily the conference, the team I was playing for, Coach Mike Marquis, he's a pretty well known basketball figure at Tyler Junior College. I think he's still there. And then just the Region 14 basketball conference, which I didn't know at the time was one of the top conferences in the nation. I didn't know that. And so I already had that set up for me being there. So luckily my hard work put me in a position to get a full scholarship to Washington State. And so, again, everything can happen. You can be around talented players. Right. And that JUCO is just like the last chance. That's like your last. I don't want and.
It's the last chance.
I feel like every JUCO is last chance you to me.
Is it? Because think about it. Because like
there's a lot of compared to when I went to school and when you went to school, there's a lot of other avenues now.
Yeah.
You have people who will take you. I went to Stephen F. Austin out of high school, played as a true freshman, played on some teams with some dogs.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys went to the league. Me messing up in school, I had to leave, went to Garden City, and because of grades.
Yeah.
So now, me, not because I was dumb, because I just wasn't going to class. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I got some freedom. Like I said, my
Yeah,
dad
yeah.
don't play no games.
Yeah.
I got some freedom. I didn't know how to handle it.
Exactly.
But
Same way.
so going there and seeing, dude, I played with, oh my gosh. And and that conference is packed with guys that go to the NFL. I know so many people that went to the NFL, man, from that conference. It's just sickening to watch. But
You got to grind, man.
I put my head down.
Yeah.
And I was like, I finna get in when my dad had dropped me off. Jim Gush is at North Texas now, who's a linebacker coach at Baylor. He was the head coach. And Gene Chizik was my linebacker coach at SFA, who was the head coach at Auburn, who's the head, some dudes. I've been coached by some dudes.
Yeah.
And so what the crazy part is, I'll never forget when my dad dropped me off. My dad said, I don't want to hear anything about sports. You'll thank me for bringing him. But all I want to hear about it is his grades. I'll never forget. And everybody was there for a different reason, but we all used it knowing as a stepping stone.
As a stepping stone.
And at that, I think I was a third range junior. Nobody knew who I was.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I got all these D1. Best thing probably,
And that's
as
what
far
I'm
as my
saying.
career,
I ain't never had none
best
of that.
thing that ever
Man,
happened
I'm
for
getting
me.
recruited like
Now I'm getting
Auburn,
recruited. All
Kansas
these
State.
schools are recruiting
I'm
me,
like, dang,
where
TC,
only
it was
D1
crazy. It was crazy. Yeah. So, yeah.
was
it's
the
big time.
Lobos who offered me out of high school.
Yeah.
Now I got everybody
You got
offering me,
yeah.
and I think there's an article on ESPN. I was watching riding with Jeremy Crabtree. I was recruiting South Florida, and he did a story on the recruitment of Jeff Kelly. Man, I was one of the first highly JUCO players ever recruited that way.
Yeah.
And because I was
Amazing.
having 26, 27 tackle games. Still don't understand why I'm not in the Hall of Fame, but.
Look out.
We're going to figure that out.
Like 26, 30, that's not done, bro.
Talk to him.
But
Talk to him.
but that's, you use that as a stepping stone, and that's what you teach. You set these kids up for a grade of how to get their homework, set them up for tutoring, set them up to knowing how to get to that step. And all my kids, because I didn't play about grades, because I've been a mess up about grades, so I never play. Anybody that know me know I don't play about grades.
Yeah.
So therefore, when my kids graduated in January.
January.
So when you came to me trying to recruit my kids in the fall,
They was already ready.
I'm like, in spring, they gone, coach.
They ready.
Oh, yeah.
They gone.
Oh, yeah.
Last chance you, baby.
That's dope right there. That's dope. I'm going to go ahead and close it out. Phils, like I said, I got my family with me today. Catch us next week. I think this episode, we're going to drop this episode hot probably tomorrow.
Drop
so
it.
I appreciate y'all for following
Drop it,
through.
man. Come on,
If
man.
y'all will, I'm going to have y'all back. I think you going next week.
I'm good.
You good?
I'm straight.
Yeah.
All right, bet.
I'm here.
Bet.
I'm here.
Phils, we out. We out.
Hey, what's up, man? It's Jeff Kelly, man. I had a great time. I did the Fields with Tim, the Homies podcast, man. Had a great time. It ain't over yet, though. Stay tuned. There's more to come. Watch out for it.
The homies.